Hi guys, this is Dave. We finished the Legacy UAP structure. So now when you log into your panels, for those who already own it, not only do you have the front end template, the one we've been talking about the whole time, but if you go into themes, you're gonna see there's gonna be images banner, images blocks, video banner, and video blocks. What's the difference? Well, the difference between banner and blocks is banner's full width image, like what you see right here. This full width image goes all the way across the screen. And then there's blocks. It's a smaller banner, but then it leaves room for blocks you can put on the side, either on the left side or the right side, or even both. Okay, so that's the difference. And yeah, I should have used screenshots for blocks on these blocks. We'll update that sometime. Having said that, what's the difference between images and video? Images just allows images. So you can have one or more images that cycle like this, but for the images version, you cannot have looping video. Okay, but then there's also a video banner, which does allow looping video. So you can have any combination of videos along with images that show up in the banner slider. Since this allows both versions, why even bother with this? Here's why. The video banner slider, the whole mechanism, is heavier in order to allow for both possibilities. So it does bring page speed down. Now, if you have a looping video, you're adding dramatically to the user experience. So Google's going to tend to overlook the fact that page speed slows down because, yeah, you're loading up MP4 slides. That's understandable. But if all you're going to be putting in is images, if you know that, then use the images version instead because it's leaner and meaner, loads really fast. Okay, so there you have it. By the way, I'm going to show you some scores real soon so you can see what's going on. We'll do a comparison with a competitor and you'll get what's going on. So let me just do these updates really quick. What's the next thing? Oh yeah, WI Blitz 6. I want to point this out. So the export function works also. Whoops, let me get over here. See that export project? What do we say? We said that you can activate any one of these to make it work. And then a good thing to do at that point is to hit customize, just click on through, go to typography, and then just update it, right? That updates all the fonts, the colors, everything in the background. So it's a really good set, okay, for updating all the stuff in there. Now, having said that, the point I want to make is this. Whenever you make a switch like that, now you're on the images banner, say whatever theme you're on, you can export that project, stick it on a new website. So as you guys probably learned earlier, you can upload the var sheet, create a massive sitemap, and then after generating the sitemap, then you can also, a button will appear for randomize the front end variables. When you hit it, the front end of your whole website changes for some of those sets, you know, one of those rows from random out of the sitemap. That means that when you export the project, it is unique because then you can always regenerate the same rows later and re-randomize the front end just to force your websites to be different. So then when you export the project, best way to do it is export it as a zip file, download it to your computer, and then just log in to wherever it is you're going and upload it there, right? Just hit upload, drag it, let it upload, go back, okay? And then that way you have it in here. So I just put all of them in here because I was testing and yeah, they all work. So like, see that? That's empty, WI Blitz 6. If I were to just extract any one of these, right? Video banner to make the point. I come back and hit go. That website's live right now with whatever the random variables were that I want in the front end, whether it's for that guy's business or mine or anything else. So whether it's a website for me or a client or whatever, okay, you have unlimited capability to export project. There's no charge. It's just wherever you're putting them. Stick them on new domains on the same cPanel or wherever you want. When you download it as a zip file, it can go anywhere. Okay, so you can stick it anywhere. You can stick it in subdomains. Okay, usually you'll put it in the root. It'll just be either the top level domain or add-on domain of any cPanel. Okay, let me continue. I've made that point. It's cool. You guys can play with it. You can build your own backlinks rapidly with it. Okay, just basic websites. They won't have sitemaps. They won't have admin panels. When you export websites like that, it's the front end you're exporting. So you just create a lot of randomly different front ends and have them pointed at you. That way you have a bunch of separate websites that all have backlinks into you. By the way, quick quiz. For SEO purposes, which is better? A lot of links from one website pointing into you or one link each or just a few, on a lot of websites pointing in at you? Well, the answer is kind of go for both. But the fact of the matter is, apples to apples, it is better to have one link times 100 websites than to have 100 links times one website, right? So the name of the game for backlinks is get more websites going. But if that sounds expensive, the answer is not really. Because when you get a bunch of projects, use those same domains that you created, whether it's 5, 10, 20, 25, 50, 100, whatever you build up over time, at like $10 each, right? Use those same domains to create lots of projects. In case you didn't catch it, we did a dummy check on the size of room taken by a lot of pages on our site. We determined that a sitemap with 100,000 sitemap entries is okay. So you can go up to 100,000 sitemap rows on your sitemap, and we're okay with that. Okay. Just a word to the wise: don't show Google a 600,000 page website. That's what that would be: 100,000 links in the sitemap times, let's say, six links each. Right, all the main links for the website times 100,000 would be a 600,000 page website. If you show Google a 600,000 page website right out the door, it's going to take a long time for them to index you. Work it up in groups, do like 1,000 pages at a time. All right, having said that, let me continue. I want to make some more really good points. Okay, so what have we got? Already Google started indexing, even against our will. I had this set to no index, and just as soon as I happened to flip it on when I was testing, doing some basic testing, it caught already the change I made like yesterday or the day before. I threw in Dave Says on a bunch of these, and it just caught it. So all of a sudden, here it is showing it. And I was like, what, are you kidding? You're not even supposed to be showing this. So it picked it up. But I'm going to go even further. Mass backlinks, best company. Okay, just some keyword on Google. Take a look at this. We're here, all right, on just some, look at that. That's even one of my best controlled companies URLs, subdomains, right? For mass backlinks. It's mixed up. So, and yet we're like number 50. This is 100 results I show on this page, right? But that's out of 1,850,000. We're number 50. That's like, 50. We're in the top 50 out of 1,850,000. For this, which is neat. The top guy, of course, is Backlinko. They're the kings of SEO, done the long way. Then there's Crazy Egg, Neil Patel, right? And so we're like getting competitive with them with just 1 or 2 days on automation, just total automation. So let me show you another one similar to it. Best company for mass backlinks. Okay, we're like number 35. Different page. It's a different URL. Okay. What would it be like? And it's the same guys at the top. What would it be like if we tried harder? What if we had the right URLs? Anyway, there you go. It's kind of interesting to know that. Having said that, let me continue real quick. We started to notice from just legacies that people bought, all of a sudden some of these pages are starting to get indexed and ranked even before doing anything. Like a lot of these guys haven't even touched their sitemaps yet because I don't know what they want to do. And yet, bam, 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 bam. Look at this. Legacy UAP with backlinks. 124 results. Legacy UAP with website marketing, 114 results. Legacy UAP with referral marketing is even starting to kick in. Legacy UAP with website advertising, that's different than website marketing, different search term. And yet we got 93 results for that. What else? Legacy UAP with website marketing, I wanted to make a point, so I went to images. Sure enough, these are all our images, right? And they're even broken into groups. Google did this for us, all based on our kinds of alt code text, right? Dave Says. This is so recent. And then my base phone number without the 800 at the beginning. But yeah, there it is. How's that for crazy? Okay, so if you wanted to get the Legacy UAP, that's really valuable. Now I'm going to show you what really makes this thing objectively the best right now by showing you actual certifications. Okay, so if you go to get it, you would get it here. And just as a quick reminder, okay, you would scroll down to the image, hit get details. Yeah, I'm saving the best for last. Just give me a second to explain this. We'll move on. Right down here is the order form for instant installation. First name, email, state, country, postal code. That's all you need. If you got a promo code, use it. Other than that, you don't need any of this because you can do this stuff later on the Excel file easily. Because when you set up your project, you're probably going to want to control it there. For use existing domain, You do need a domain name. We got to put this on your website, whatever it is you're going to want at some point. Matter of fact, this one I was showing you, besthairstylistintown.com. This is a hairstylist I happen to know. She does a lot of copywriting for us. Lynn Campbell, she's really cool. And she's going to replace these images with images of hair cutting, probably her. And then the terms and everything are going to wind up being her. And this might be call us or schedule an appointment. That'll be a link to her scheduler. The link can obviously go anywhere on the internet. It can point to any page you want to promote anywhere, whether it's a Shopify account or anything you want to promote. Okay, we can also flip on a header. You can have people call the phone number. I mean, it's so cool. We can put video in here. People can watch the video and then click the button. So many things can be done so effortlessly with this panel because you don't have to create the content. You just go grab some keywords, put them in the Excel file, fill in some other optional stuff if you want. Cities, company name, phone number, email address for the contact form if you're going to use it. And then just upload it and say, generate a lot of pages for me. It'll create them all, submit them all to Google. You're done. The only thing you really cared about was the keywords, because why not? Get a good spread. And that this button points to the right URL. So it's a spot in the Excel file called destination URL. Put it in there, whatever it is you want to promote. That way all your thousands of pages lead all that traffic to whatever it is you want to promote. Okay, now what do I want to say? We went through all of this, and let me show you the proof in the pudding right here. If we look at a competitor for a major keyword like Chicago locksmith, and we go, wow, this guy's at the top right here. What does it take to be the top? There's 6,050,000 competing pages for Chicago locksmith. That does not mean that there's 6 million Chicago locksmiths in Chicago. It just means there's 6 million pages that have the word Chicago and the word locksmith on them. Now, there's probably like a couple of hundred locksmiths in the greater Chicago area, and they have lots of pages that talk about Chicago locksmith. And as we all know, Chicago locksmith is a competitive term for hitting the front page or getting anywhere near it. Okay, so how did these guys do it? There are 4 parts to how they did it. I just want to point that out. So, first part, minimize HTML validation errors. They don't have many, and the ones they have are not that big a deal. Okay, so validation. The better you make your coding on your website, the easier it is for Google to read your page and possibly rank you, at least consider ranking you for the terms it wants. Let's continue. PageSpeed. They spent a lot of time first on fixing their validation errors. They're down to very few. And then PageSpeed. Look at that, 96 for desktop, 83 for mobile. And yeah, all pages tend to load slower on mobile. It's harder to get pages to load on mobile. Okay, it's wireless. You got to load bigger images very often onto a mobile screen. So there you go. They put a lot of time and effort into it, and there you go. Their reward is what they get out of it. So far, let me just say flatly, Google cares about this. Minimize this. Google cares about this. Maximize this. Get in the green with everything. You can say that this will be in the green if there are no errors and no warnings. This is in the green. This is close enough you can consider it in the green. Okay. Now, this is really important. On their website, they ran it through a checker, an SEO site checker that checked probably, like 168 things on the website and came back with a report to them and just literally graded them based on everything that was good or bad. And flat out said, hey, you got a 79. That's pretty good. They're in the green. You might think, why is 79 in the green? Because do you know what most people's SEO is like? 72, and then the cutoff, right? And average is down around like 70-ish, okay, 70. Anyway, they're doing quite well. They put a lot of time and effort into that. All right, finally, they're winning the popularity contest. They got backlinks. They're up here with backlinks, just like everyone else up here has backlinks. It's, you see the bars for authority, right? Well, what about us? How do we compare to these 4? Oh yeah, before I even get into that, I want to make a point. Of all their backlinks, okay, the different sites, there's like 117 different websites pointing in at this page. But how well organized are they? A bunch are very basic, as you can imagine. They just have a bunch of basic links, but then they have a few good ones. Here's an example. Totally different locksmith website. Okay, it's got its own scores. It's reasonable. Okay, so it's got its own backlinks, and its spam score is not bad. But even that website, that backlinking website, they have very few errors. Basically, just a telephone number is formatted wrong, which means that those phone numbers are probably not clickable on a mobile phone. It's kind of like a dummy error, but for Google, that's not a problem. Google can understand what's happening here. This isn't an issue for Google. So it's not holding them back from whatever rank they get. Now, they also have really high page speed. I'm talking about them, right? The backlinking site, okay? Just to point it out. So the main site's getting links from backlinking sites that are also optimized. I didn't run an actual SEO report on them, but you get the idea. When you create your website, or maybe let's start here. You already have whatever you're selling sitting out there, and you're going to create Legacy UAP websites with lots of pages each to point in at your thing or set of things that you want to promote, right? You can put lots of promotions on each Legacy UAP website. Like we say, it's okay now to put 100,000 page rounds, 100,000 links in the sitemap. You can ask for 100,000. Don't go that far, word of the wise, don't go that far with a brand new website. Build it up. And don't do it all for one thing. Do it for different things. Make use of it. Find different things you want to sell. Run productions of like 5,000 pages each for, 20 different things you want to sell. See which ones are hitting hardest, doing the best job, and then start moving your other productions across to it, right? To maximize the income. How do our websites compare? I showed you those 4 templates inside the panel that you can swap between, right? That's a Legacy UAP now. Check this out. It's in the green for validation. So it's doing even better than that Chicago locksmith site. Oh, that one is too. And that one. And that one. All 4 of them, perfect HTML validation. So they are at the top of their game. They're better than both the competitor websites I just showed you. Now what? All right. For PageSpeed, the toughest one is that video banner. Remember I explained that that's the full screen, full size, full width, full height video banner. So it's the longest to load, so it's the slowest to load. Even then, it's basically in the yellow, just barely for mobile. But nonetheless, that is the toughest case we have, and it's already decent. Okay, and it has great value for related applications because, again, Google forgives page speed, especially on mobile, if you have something like an MP4, loading up. Let's move on to the next. Okay, mobile for the rest of the 3 templates are really high. This is higher than that Chicago locksmiths. The Chicago locksmiths for mobile is what, 83? Okay, well this is 89, 88, and 85, right? How's that for awesome? Those templates are hot, and you can interchange between them even on a single run. Okay, you can use the different theme numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, right, for the different productions you want to do. All right, let's continue. Now we got desktop. Again, this is our video enabled full screen banner, and it's the slowest at 85, which is fine. For Google, that's going to be fine because the trade-offs for the user experience. Right? Video enabled. So that's really impressive. All right. For the other ones, check that out. 99, 97, and 99. Really powerful all the way around. So definitely go with those. Okay. Now, having said that, what else have we got? SEO site checkup. These are those 4. It's just where we happen to have them at the time we were working on them. Okay. So look at that, 92. Remember that guy was scoring number 1 for a really competitive keyword, had what, 79? We've got 92. You know what we found out? It is hard to get SEO all the way up the ladder like that. That's as high as we can go while still preserving page speed and perfect HTML. So these 4 templates are literally balanced across all the spectrum as well as can be had, okay? Getting from 77 to 92 took us a day and a half. Okay, if we were charging someone else for that at $100 an hour times 12 hours, it'd be $1,200 for that. And then also, if we were charging them for HTML validation and they had like 150 or 200 errors, we'd be charging them about $800 for that. Why? Because it would take like 8 hours to untangle all that. And then if we were maximizing page speed, that would probably be about 5 hours of work. So that would be about $500. You're talking about $2,500 to get a cheap website into the top ranking classification of website. And that's what these guys are paying very often, and they're doing it site by site by site. But you don't have to because of our shortcut. Because what's left after all of these points, look at that, 92, 92, 93, and 92. That's the end of that. Here's the point I want to make from there. Think about it. Would you rather, when you create a website, would you rather create 1,000 pages that had an SEO site score of 77 or 1,000 pages that have an SEO site score of 92? 92, right? Be much better results times 1,000. So instead of all those pages having a kind of vague time ranking, they're just going to really hit it, right? Would you rather produce 1,000 pages that had slow page speed or 1,000 pages that have fast page speed? Fast, right? And what about validation? Same thing. 1,000 pages with no coding errors, fast page speed, high SEO site scores, and that gets to go for every keyword, every geo-targeted keyword if you're doing geo-targets that you want, times all the websites you auto-generate with this project. This project will create all the content for you, and when you run it out in different places, you can literally randomize the front pages and just create these incredible websites that are all top quality, pointed in at you, cheaper than all the other guys are doing, right? So what you're recreating, just to point this out in case, just in case you missed it, okay? What you're recreating is this guy's power to be here with the backlinking of other websites that are just as powerful, right, at ranking the guy higher with relevant content, top quality scores. But you have even better scores and unique content, and you can whip it out right away. So the final point, how do you handle that fourth piece? For those who can handle it, because you're either going to buy, if you want to win this, right, you have to have more than one website, more than one domain. Now, you can do it by getting more domain names on the same cPanel, but it's better to create separate cPanels. Just both options are available to you. You can do either one. Having said that, here's the thing. Either you're buying the panels one at a time, okay, as you can afford them, and some people are going to do that. It's just, the way you need to do it, right? Do what you can do. So you're going to get the panels one at a time, right? Choose your category, Legacy UAP. That'll take you where? Right here. When you hover over it, live demo is a demo. Get the details brings you to the details page right here, okay? So there you go. At the top, fill it in. If you got a promo code, use it. Click off, keep going. You can skip the company information for the Legacy UAP. Definitely put in a real domain name. If you need one, click here. Okay, opens in a new tab so you can find your perfect domain name. If you got to create a Google account or a GoDaddy account, just do it. Sign in, create my account. Go ahead, won't take long. Then when you're done, you can find your perfect domain name, buy it, set the name servers. You just set them to these. If you don't know how to set them, that's what this paragraph helps you with, right? Basically, it says call GoDaddy and say, how do I set the name servers? And they're going to show you. And you'll just do it. It's a breeze, okay? Now, when you buy it, you can pay with PayPal or a credit card, okay? And then you're going to be live within 2 minutes of your purchase. Full trainings right here. Very simple and easy. The welcome email will show you how to log into everything, okay? You can start working with it now. So all of you who get this, you're going to be able to use it the same day you get it and create massive backlinking. So within 12 to 24 hours, depending on when you get it and whether you're going to sleep first or not, you can easily learn what you need and run it in just a couple of hours, I think 3. And then you can literally just create your own productions. Even monkey see, monkey do. While you learn, do the steps, right? All right, final point I want to make for those of you who are thinking bigger, how far can you go? Unlimited UAP. If you want to get the unlimited installer for the Legacy UAP, Okay, that'll allow you to create millions of web pages across as many websites as you want to promote any combination of things you want. Okay, please pay $2,500 to PayPal@moji-crew.com and include this comment, right, for our accounting records. If you need an invoice or a PayPal money request to make the payment with a credit card, just let me know your email address or your PayPal address so I can send it to you. Right? Well, when you pay it, we'll set it up and show you how to use it. It's easy. There's video training for the unlimited Legacy UAP. Okay? By the way, it comes with 25 cPanels that would normally be $50 a year each. So your first 25 websites, your first 25 installations are the equivalent of $100 each, right? Because it's $2,500, right? So it's like you got 25 Legacy UAPs for just $100 each instead of $295 each. No subscriptions required. We'll remind you when it's time to re-up so you can consider it, because maybe you'll say, all right, I want to keep 20, but I want to drop 5 because I'm going to do 5 new ones for this other project I want to promote. Some guys are thinking, how can I use 25? Oh, that's easy. That could be 5 groups of 5, right? So then you could have 5 things you're promoting, and then each one of those things can have 4 perfect websites backlinking it, and it is pointing at whatever you really want to pitch. Isn't that awesome? Whatever you find that you like, you don't have to figure out how to SEO it. You don't have to figure out how to maximize page speed. You don't need to figure out how to, take care of HTML validation. You don't need to fix it at all. Make these other websites that are already rank ready. Just whip them out to point in at whatever it is you're selling. That way, when people do the search, they're going to see these websites first, but whenever they click anything, it's going to say, hey, go there, continue there, browse our selection, learn more, schedule an appointment, schedule a call, get the free estimate, whatever it is you want the button to say, project by project, right? As we say, please limit your productions to 100,000 sitemap URLs per panel. No big deal, per website, really. That's all that means. But that's tons of room. Like I said, you can promote so many things within that 100,000. And yeah, you can cycle between your templates. You can literally, let's say you use 25,000 with one template, 25,000 with another, 25,000 with the third, and 25,000 with the fourth. You can do that. Okay. All the training is organized and it's easy, so your websites can be live in just a few hours. Then after that, every next website you ever want to get is just the cost of a cPanel. We forcibly set the cPanels to $50 a year on purpose. Let me just show you. Here's how you would buy another cPanel beyond the 25. You're already going to get 25 free, remember? But beyond that, if you want to get more, just get them here, cPanel hosting. Okay? And you can just get it here. All right? And it's $50. Okay? Scroll down. We need the order information at the top. No need for anything else for website information. Oh, yeah, you won't be able to here anyway. There's nothing to update for that. And just buy it. Same thing, PayPal, credit card, whatever. Having said that, if you want to buy in bulk, right, like a stack of 10 or 25, call me. See what we can do. All right? I'm always willing to work with my guys, especially if you have the unlimited Legacy UAP and you're thinking big, you're trying to go bigger. Get a hold of me. I'm always willing to work with the guys that are pushing, for sure. Okay, I've got other updates to put out, especially for, well, different specialized groups. You know who you are. And I'm going to let you know what's going on too. But the fact of the matter is, this is the direction we're going. We're making it easy for you to produce projects for anything. You can create 5,000 pages to sell an MLM program, followed by 5,000 pages to pitch a plumber somewhere in Denver, followed by another 10,000 pages to do this for your boss, and then 15,000 pages to help out your brother or your sister with something they're trying to launch. Then another 10,000 pages for one of your kids, say, to get them going. It's really all available to you right away. You can literally do it all. Take the training and you'll realize how to create those layered productions within your panels. And the more panels you get, the more backlinking power you have from related websites. So what are you going to do? You're going to put up a plumber run on 25 websites. For example, you could. And you could have 24 of them backlink one of them that points right in at the plumber. You know how powerful that is? Because underneath it all, let alone that you're sending the traffic to your own website, so in case that plumber welches on you, doesn't want to pay, you can switch it to another plumber just like that, maintain all that power coming right into your website that forwards to them, whoever it is. But aside from that, you're literally able to pitch the same plumber with all those websites. That's powerful. Talk about what you can charge a guy to set that up. And you can use the same Excel file to run it up on all 25 websites and run it out. You know how cool that is? Take no time at all. You could get all the work done on 25 websites times, let's say we're starting with 600 pages each. You could get the whole thing done like in an hour. Really, I mean, how much are you going to charge a guy for what you set up in an hour and you're charging him by the month to keep it up? And then you can even make it better every month. Every time he pays, you hit the button to create some more pages on each of those sites. It'll take you like half an hour for 25 sites to do it. And really, how much are you going to charge him every month for what takes you minutes? And yet it looks like tons of work, hours and hours of work to him. If you show him some samples of what you generated, it'll blow his mind. Nobody thinks that stuff's that easy. All right, there you go. I hope you guys get in. I hope you guys get involved because this is the greatest thing we have and we're done developing. This is the cap of 12 and a half years of development. And everything we're doing with this is to be able to create websites rapidly, deploy them. So we create templates, deploy them, and then we can edit them easily. So the first step in that chain is buying one Legacy UAP. If that's all you can afford, start somewhere, work your way up. The next step up in the chain, and especially for those who can jump to it already, if you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and you want to compete at a really high level today, you don't want to waste any time, it's $2,500. But if you pay that, okay, we're going to have you set up within 24 hours. You can have 25 websites benefiting you in whatever way you want. And all the sitemaps submit to Google. And it can be that fast. All right. Then everything that we do from there is videos are released later and they add on to this option. Okay. So this is like step 1 and step 2. Then the step 3 stuff that's coming up next is the fascinating world of editing, which you already have live. So first you need to get what it takes to create, and that's what you're doing here. Then comes getting what it takes to edit. And that world right there is what ensures success on Google. Okay? It's not creating that causes success. It's the ability to easily edit that causes success. And we have engineered a way to uniquely edit tens, hundreds, and even thousands of websites with ease on an ongoing basis in any way we want. Okay? So yeah, follow us down this gravy train because this is probably objectively the strongest website system that exists on the internet today. No one else that we could find has this kind of power in a guns for hire style that's available to the public at large. And I don't know anyone that has pre-cut content that already scores 92 for on-page SEO. So no matter what keywords you sprinkle into your Excel file, no matter how many pages you generate, they're all going to have basically a 92 score. They're going to be high in the green. And they're all going to be HTML validated. And they're all going to have very rapid page speed. See, that's the value. And that's why you want to move in this direction. All right. Hope to see you on the inside. Either you're sending me the payment, in which case just give me enough time to see it and set you up and get back to you. Okay, just check in with me. If you haven't heard from me, I'll make sure to take care of you quick, get you going. Otherwise, if you're just starting, get a Legacy UAP. If you can't afford the unlimited version, it's up to you either way. And yeah, I can't wait to get you guys on a roll. Okay, take care.